My name is Tony Falugi Ekezie, and I'm the author of the Ugo and Simpson book series.
My name is Kaide Richard Onumale, also known as Crow, and I'm a children's book illustrator.
My name is Mazi Odu, and I'm the author of Get Rid of Your Phone, Mummy.
My name is Olapeju Ajala, and I was one of the fellows of the Nigerian Jubilees program, and I had the opportunity to train under Bookstorm Foundation.
My name is Chukwuchamaka Barbara, and I am an illustrator.
The publishing journey for me has been really quite interesting, especially as I came from self-publishing before I embarked on this journey with BookBuzz and Reader. It's really been a liberation for me because a lot of the headache is now theirs, not mine. But aside from that, it's the feeling of not being alone. And now there's a team, there's an editor, there's people who question what I'm doing and give me feedback, great feedback. And I've really learned a lot on how to better write my stories and structure my stories.
Prior to the internship, I had little knowledge about the publishing industry, how books are written, or how stories are told. So coming into the program, I had more insight about how this is done.
When I think about the process of being published by Reader and being part of Bookstorm, which I really feel is going to go down the annals as a critical catalyst of getting African stories out there to the younger generation. Spoiler alert is a lot longer than people might think. It involved story edits, it involved partnering with an amazing illustrator in the form of Adolfina Nwede, who brought the story to life with her extraordinary illustrations. And the end result, which obviously is the book and it's in the hands of many children, was part of what I would say is probably a 10-month process, but a really joyous one.
My Ugo and Simpson books are important to the canon of Nigerian literature because they're literally a first. They're the first children's book series to center a Black main character with Down syndrome globally. There are some real key messages I want to impart to the children who read my books. First of all, I just really want them to see themselves represented. We cannot underestimate how powerful it is to see a Nigerian family in its Nigerian context.
It was really important for me that children see themselves, because the moment they see themselves in the canon, the moment they situate themselves in a story that's recognizable and reflective of their realities, the more they're engaged. It doesn't feel so far removed. They obviously have buy-in for the story, but also they see themselves as the authors of their own stories.
I want to see them be empowered seeing their skin tone, seeing the hair, seeing those familiar things. Then lastly, it's really about inclusivity. It's important to get the parents buy-in because they're the ones buying the books, but they're the harder ones to convince about accepting people who are different, who have different abilities, who have special needs.
I always want the readers to enjoy the book. So obviously there is a clear message in my book, Get Rid of Your Phone, Mummy, but interestingly enough, the message is for the parent or the caregiver and their own heavy digital utilization and the impact of it on their child's experience, their childhood.
It was good that we saw how other artists work. As an artist that normally works in digital, it was also fun seeing analog methods of illustrating. Luckily for me, my work was one of the ones that was reviewed, and we corrected a lot of stuff I didn't see as mistakes.
And I learned that there is not one way to tell a story. There are several ways to do so, and I shouldn't limit myself.
I'm being pushed because I was in the healthcare sector. I didn't think this is something like I see myself doing right now. I'm able to do that, and it's just really great.
Yes, I'm very much interested in illustrating for children now more than ever.
Definitely, the possibilities are limitless, and we have a lot of stories to tell, so many interesting ways to tell stories to kids and educate them and make them sing, represent them. So yes, definitely.
Next thing, I'll invite my queen, Miss Lola Shonei, to give a welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Princess. Good morning, everybody. I welcome Mr. Gautier Mignon, EU Ambassador to Nigeria, and his colleagues from other EU member states who have joined us here today. I welcome our colleagues, authors, illustrators, readers, and other creators and consumers of children's books. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, you're very welcome. Welcome to WIDA, one of the most exciting creative incubator hubs in Nigeria. Today feels like we've finally reached the convergence of a lot of hard work, a lot of dreaming, and plenty of hope. It feels like the intersection of a shared vision of the European Union and the Book Buzz Foundation, all geared towards Nigeria's creative future. This seems appropriate because Bookstorm was launched at the Bologna Children's Book Fair in April 2024. The Nigeria Picture Book Project marks a significant milestone for the next generation of writers and illustrators across Nigeria. And we've come a long way through projects like the Ake Arts and Book Festival, the Kaduna Book and Arts Festival, the Sharjah Festival of African Literature, and most recently, LIFI, the Lagos International Festival of Illustrations, where we had illustrators from Spain, Slovenia, and Latin America. We have proven that talent thrives when it is seen, supported, and taken seriously. Those initiatives laid the groundwork for what we celebrate today, a program designed to train, to publish, and to propel new Nigerian voices into the global children's book space. The Nigerian Picture Book Project is where storytelling meets purpose. With the support of the European Union in Nigeria, we will train dozens of young authors and illustrators, pair them into creative duos, and guide them through the process of producing children's books that have heart and are culturally relevant. These stories will spark imagination, affirm identity, and introduce our youngest readers to the power of possibility. Representation matters deeply. Our children deserve to see faces like theirs, names that they recognize, and worlds that reflect their realities and dreams. The books that we are creating will give children the agency to imagine, to question, and to start designing their own futures. When a child reads a story that reflects exactly where they belong, they learn to dream without permission. That's how nations grow storytellers and leaders. Our excitement isn't only about the books that will emerge, although I can already picture them in classrooms and homes across Nigeria. The joy of this project is also the process. Watching writers find their rhythm, seeing illustrators hone their palettes, designing, supervising layout and covers, and eventually birthing stories that I hope will outlive us all. That's the magic. So to our writers, we want to thank you for trusting us on this journey. We have writers like Mazi Odu, who wrote the book, Get Rid of Your Phone, Mummy, and a few of our illustrators are here as well. We want to say a huge thank you to the illustrators that lit up LIFI 2025. Your creativity keeps this dream alive. And to our partners at the European Union delegation to Nigeria and West Africa, your faith in Nigerian creativity is shaping futures. When this project concludes, 20 new children's book titles will be in circulation, and they will be sent to every state in Nigeria, thereby reflecting the nationwide focus of this project. I hope everyone here today will come back to celebrate, to purchase, and to share those books with the children in their lives, because that's how this circle completes itself. Stories written here, but also finding readers in Nigeria and globally. Thank you so much, everybody, and welcome to WIDA.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lola. So I'll be inviting Mr. Gauthier Mignon. He is the ambassador to the European Union delegation to Nigeria and West Africa. Thank you very much.
Good morning to all. Thank you. I'm particularly delighted to be here again at WIDA Center today, and this time coming with friends and colleagues from several of our member states, in particular His Excellency, the Ambassador of Poland, and also members of my team of the EU delegation. And above all, because we are at last launching this marvelous Bookstorm project after a few administrative hiccups, but we will not enter into details on this. Now it's been solved, so we can go ahead. The European Union has been supporting culture in Europe for many years, but internationally it was more a field for member states. So member states, of course, have always done a lot internationally on culture. But over the last few years, the EU has also entered into this field of international cultural relations. And of course, working hand in hand with our member states. And it has, of course, a dimension of connecting people and connecting people in partner countries, but it also has an economic dimension, because we all know that well, creators have to live on their arts, and we have to help finding sustainable economic models, and that's also what our interventions are about. And so we provide in partnership support through 6 programs we have launched in Africa to strengthen our relationships in the creative field. And we provide support in particular to policy design, artists, festivals, museums, cultural institutions, and the creative economy. And let me go through some of these programs. One is technical assistance to ministries of culture in 6 countries, including Nigeria, to design robust and up-to-date creative industry public policies. We are doing this through UNESCO as implementing partner. We also have spaces of culture, supporting collaborative projects between Africa and African and European cultural actors through yearly calls for proposals managed by the European Union Cultural Institutes Cluster, the UNIC. And this year, a Nigerian project was selected, so very good news. Then we have a project called Strengthening African-European Museum Partnerships. It's a 20 million euro project, and this program will support collaborative projects between African and European museums, so also a very important one. Then we also have another very important program, which is starting, the Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture, with 30 million euros, and 2 components will target West Africa. One is called Connect and Create, to support artists' mobilities in Africa and in Europe, the performing arts, visual arts, and creativity through call for proposals. And the second dimension are clusters of creativity in West Africa to support West African festivals, big and small, also through a call of proposals. And we will have here in Lagos on 20th of November, a launching event of this project, Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture. Then we have the Creative Africa program, 15 million euros. It's an upcoming project that will support collaboration between the two audiovisual markets, enhancing market cooperation, connecting talents, and supporting co-production efforts targeting the young audience in particular. And finally, Creatify, a blending program with France and the African Development Bank, a CREA fund offering guarantees to creative companies, and Fashionomics supporting the consolidation of professionalization of the sector. So you see, it's a whole range of programs really to support African creation and culture, and also connection with Europe. But beyond these regional or continental or sub-regional programs, of course, we also have more localized intervention here in Nigeria. And when I arrived here 1 year ago, coming from my former posting in Mexico as EU ambassador, when I had the chance to a little bit pioneer this effort of international cultural relations from the EU, in particular through a partnership with the big Guadalajara International Book Fair, where the EU was guest of honor, I arrived here with really an appetite to find partners, in particular on literature. And I had the chance, after a few weeks, in my first trip to Lagos, to come here, discover Wida Center, and know fantastic director Lola Shonayin. And I also realized that we were already in contact, my team had been in contact with her for some time, and that there were ideas already, and there was this fantastic Bookstorm project. And so we jumped on board, we managed to overcome the few administrative hiccups, and here we are today. And I'm very glad really for that. Because this, during 1 year, as Lola explained, the project will train Nigerian children books illustrators with the support of illustrators from different countries across the world, helping the sector become more professional while bringing new quality books to children across Nigeria. And there is no better way to learn to love reading than starting with books rooted in a familiar setting, understanding the situations, the norms, and environment framing stories. And it is only when a child becomes confident reading that he or she can start exploring the vast, endless world of literature and knowledge. And these books also are conveying positive messages, positive values. And in today's world, this is very important. And also empowering girls and explaining to girls and boys alike the benefits for all of gender equality. So voila, we are very confident that this project will deliver fantastic results. We have other, and Leila in a moment will give a little bit more details on this, because she knows much more than I do all the details of the program. And we have also other contacts. We are supporting film festivals across Nigeria, actually. We're also in discussion with the Lagos Biennale for the next edition. So voila, we try to increase our presence in several cultural fields in Nigeria, because our cooperation strategy called the Global Gateway is about connecting people, and what better way to connect people than culture. So as our communication campaign of the Global Gateway says, let's shape the future together. Thank you very much.
We appreciate the European Union for the support towards the creative industry in Nigeria. Coming up next, I invite Ms. Leila Ben-Amor Matthew, who is the head human development section of the European Union in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I did not expect to be invited to speak. I had trusted my ambassador would, which he did very eloquently. I just wanted to add a few things, a few points on what Lola and Gauthier said. As someone who started reading at 3 and escaped into books for many, many years, I know the importance of reading, especially at very early age, and reading interesting books and reading culturally relevant books as well. So when we started discussing this very idea with Lola, I think it was a given that we would try to support, especially since we also have this large education program in the Northwest. And I remember when we discussed it, I think last year, it's corresponds in a way, it speaks to each other, because this is the education project is basic education program, is targeting especially out of school children and girls. And the idea is to bring back as many kids as possible into education, also working with Quranic schools to bring them back into mainstream education, and they are doing a great work. And so we discussed these things extensively with Lola. And so we are starting this very interesting project with you. The Lola's target, she did not say, but Lola's targets is to reach the 100 books for children. And for that, we hope we will have a lot more support from all our member states as well. It's an important program, I think. And that's only in 2 years. It also means that this very Bookstorm project is designed to help young people, young authors, artists, to make a living out of writing books. And it's always difficult throughout the world. You don't really make a living as writers or illustrators of children's books. But there is the creativity and the vibrancy of Nigerian cultural actors, and they're counting on you. And I know that Lola is very passionate about that. So we're here to support you, and I'm very, very happy that it's starting at last. I will come back. Don't fear, we will come back. And hopefully we'll help you reach your 100 children books, and maybe link it up with government to have it available at primary schools, some primary schools, because Nigerian is big and you have many primary education schools. But thank you very much. We are very happy to launch this with you. Thank you, Lola.
Thank you very much. So you are here for the moment we've been waiting for. We're going to have an unveiling. Just give us a few moments. I'd like to invite Ms. Lola Shone and Ambassador Gautier to unveil this project. He will unveil, you just be beside him. He's our unveiler. Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. Launched at last. Launched at last. Like you said, after all the hurdles, we are there. I'd like to invite Mazida Olutosin for a vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to stand before you today to express our heartfelt gratitude for joining us to launch the Nigeria Picture Book Project, an initiative of Bookstorm where we aim to publish 100 children's books by 2027. We are immensely grateful to the European Union for its invaluable partnership and belief in the potential of Nigerian children's literature. The presence, support, and collaboration of the European Union delegation make today's milestone possible. Our deepest gratitude also goes to the Book Bus Foundation for their commitment to promoting African stories. We thank all our distinguished guests, press, authors, illustrators, educators, and everyone who continues to nurture the dream of the African child. Thank you all for sharing this moment with us.
Thank you. So we would want to give a just read our book boss shout out to some of our authors and illustrators here. We have Miss Toye Falugi AKZ. The Crow is also here. Crow, give us a wave. Barbara, thank you very much. And we have come to the end of today's lunch. We appreciate each and every one of you here today, but we would like to take some pictures before we go. Thank you very much. So we'd like members of the EU. Okay.
As usual, we also have a little thing for you to take away because we know we've taken you away from your lunch break. So we'll be sorting you out, and illustrators, feel free to hang around. If you have any of your work, feel free to show your work to some of the wonderful guests we have here today. Okay. So pictures, what's the order?
Yes, you and Ambassador first. Sam. The other ambassadors. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Please join other ambassadors. Please, can we have a mix? Thank you. We'll have some of the Bookstorm authors. So we have Miss Mazi and Miss Toye, and Bookstorm illustrators, Barbara and Crow. Crow. Sorry, hold on. We also like to appreciate one of our sponsors, Sterling Bank. Ianda, you join the next picture. Ianda. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. The Bookstorm team, Book Buzz Foundation. Next. Leafy Minasta. Wale. Miss Toye.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Members of the press. Mr. Mazimo. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. And we have come to the official end. Please, you can move. Yes, ma'am. Please, you can meet Tobe Chuku at the bookstore for your packages. Thank you.